Hey guys, I'm Chase Brogan, and today in this video we're diving into something special for your home theater and gaming setup. We're checking out the Ultimea Skywave X50, a serious wireless surround sound system designed to elevate big screen audio for movies, games, and so much more. Now before we unbox this and take a look at the layout and design and then of course test this out, let me highlight a few key features because this thing packs a whole lot in. You're getting true wireless rear surrounds with this and a wireless subwoofer, which means dramatically less cable clutter compared to traditional surround setups. The X50 supports a 5.1.4 immersive sound configuration, giving you wide sound staging and height effects for a more cinematic experience. Their Gravis linear bass technology is designed to hit lows down to 28 Hz, so the bass should have an actual weight behind it. This also has a GON amplifier and an internal Neural Core audio engine, which gives you cleaner audio, better efficiency, and lower distortion even at louder volumes. Now connectivity is super simple and modern. We have HDMI eARC, we have 4K HDR pass-through, we have Bluetooth on here. So basically anything you plug into your TV or console is going to work cleanly through this system. And honestly, the look of it stands out. It feels premium and fits nicely in a clean entertainment setup. So let's dive into this, let's unbox this, let's see what it looks like here, what it offers, and then test it out. All right guys, let's start opening this up. All right guys, how is that for a subwoofer right there? That's insane. Love the sleek design of this. I love the nice wood grain on here. This is incredible. Let's keep going. So the way that the sound bar works here is there's different pins. There's 4 pins on each of the parts, and there's a little track in here. So you have to match up the 4 pins with the track. Once you get it right, it drops right into place like that. And then from here, you're just going to pivot that, and you can see it locks the entire thing in place just like so. Now inside here, we have all of our cable connections. So you can see we've got our surround sound speakers right here. We've got the actual sound bar. We've got our massive subwoofer, but we've obviously got to connect all of these. So inside the box, we have all of our cable connections. So you can see we open this up. Inside here, in each of these compartments is each of the cables needed to connect everything together. And we also obviously have our user manual right here. So we're gonna go ahead and open this up. And the quick start guide does a great job of walking through each of these steps here with diagrams for each. So if you're a visual learner like me, this is going to be huge for you. It's going to simplify the entire process. All right, guys, you guys can see exactly what we've got going on right here. We've got our massive subwoofer. We've got, of course, our sound bar right here with the controls across the top. We also have the remote to control everything remotely. And we have our rear speakers over here. So we're going to go ahead and bust out the cables. We're going to set everything up. Let's get started. The soundbar is going to go in front of the TV, subwoofer is going to go off to the side, and the wireless surrounds are going to go behind me. I've connected the soundbar to the TV using HDMI eARC, enabled Atmos on my sources, and we're up and running in just a matter of about 1.5 minutes to 2 minutes. So now that I've gone ahead and not only set this up, but also tested this out both with gaming as well as a couple different entertainment options here, what I noticed most was the spatial audio and height effects. When watching Atmos content, the height channels added a real sense of upward movement and ambient space. Sounds did actually feel like they were coming from above. The bass performance on here was also phenomenal. The subwoofer actually hits, it's not muddy or boomy. Even when pushing the volume up quite a few notches, it stayed tight and didn't overpower dialogue. Clarity on here was also on point. Voices were clear, even during chaotic action scenes, especially in games when there's a lot going on. Fortnite, for example, when there's a bunch of things going on, there's a bunch of people firing shots at each other, just a lot of audio happening in a small area, it still feels very much crisp and clean. Now the gaming performance here has low latency pass-through at 4K HDR. Gameplay felt very much synced. Explosions, footsteps even in Fortnite, environmental audio, it all expanded the atmosphere and felt much bigger than what I would typically experience just getting my audio straight from the TV set. Now you're also able to switch between different modes on here very easily. You can use this with the remote control or the app to make it truly seamless. The EQ presets were actually very useful and not gimmicky at all. I was a little bit concerned at first because I've seen some of these options out there where the EQ presets really don't do much of anything, but over here they were very much useful and actually made a big difference in the audio experience. Now we've talked about the performance here, we've talked about the audio quality, but what I really want to highlight for you guys is the aesthetic of this now. This looks very clean. This will go with any room sort of decor and setup. It doesn't look like an eyesore. A lot of times the sound bars will look fine, but when you have to have a subwoofer and then also surround sound setups, it does start to take its toll on, the ambience of a room. But this looks ultra modern, ultra clean, and doesn't take away from your room's aesthetic in any way, shape, or form. It actually enhances it, if anything. So in the end, for movies, games, and even music, the Skywave X50 delivered a noticeably fuller and more immersive experience than basic soundbars or just audio coming straight from your TV set. So big fan of what this has to offer. At the time of this recording, your price point is right under 500 bucks. I think it's worth every penny for the experience that you get out of this. This is a much better experience than your typical cheap sound bars that are going to just simply go underneath the TV. And at the end of the day, really just give you the same audio quality as your TV set, just from an external source. So big fan of this product. To learn more about it, click the link in the description of this video. That's going to do it for today, guys. Hit me up in the comments. Let me know what you guys thought of the X50 here. That's going to do it. Thank you so much for your time. Thanks for your support. I'll see you guys on the next video.